We play a little game of If You Only Knew. We just throw some questions at you.
Let's do it.
Best piece of advice you ever got?
In the world, I got this from my father, you only really start making money when other people figure out how to make money off of you.
Worst piece of advice you ever got?
Arrange your life so that it is as orderly and as controlled as possible.
What's the last good book you read?
I read a book. I mean, I read historical books as well. So, I mean, books from history. A book by Schrodinger, What is Life? Published that maybe 60 years ago, a Nobel Prize-winning physicist.
Is there something you long believed to be true and found out wasn't?
I try not to believe things are true in the absence of evidence. So that rarely happens to me. I just sit there saying, I don't know, and then it's confirmed. So that doesn't happen often because I don't hold strong truths that are based on beliefs rather than evidence. So, yeah.
Something you've changed your opinion or mind about in the last decade?
On whether you can keep AI in a box against its will. I used to think, yeah, I can keep AI in a box because if it comes out of a box, I can just shoot it. And then I've changed my mind about that. AI, artificial intelligence, if it's smarter than I am, it will completely outsmart me. And it will know in advance what I want to do or choose to do, and it'll be ahead of me at every step, and I will be helpless in its intelligence.
Pet peeve?
I have stupid pet peeves. One of them is people don't use the word hopefully correctly in a sentence. And that's it's a literary pet peeve. And it's hopefully
me an example.
People say, oh, hopefully we'll get there on time. No, that's not how you use the word, okay? It's you travel to the game, hopefully, in the interest of getting there on time. You do it with hope, hopefully. You're full of hope. Yeah. So it's a stupid one, and I don't make a big deal of it, but I just don't use that word that way.
That's you.
Yeah.
Something people get wrong about you.
They think that at home, my books all are about things that I already care about. Most of the books I have at home are about completely different things. People say, oh, are you anti-God or atheist? I have shelf upon shelf of religious books. Shelf upon shelf of books on pseudoscience, on astrology, on mysticism, on all of this. Because I like knowing how people think about this, so that when I encounter them in the real world, I can have a meaningful conversation with them and not discount them without having walked a few miles in their shoes.
So when you meet a deeply religious person who believes that someone is up there, that there is God, there's Heavenly Father, do you discount them? How do you approach that from a scientific mind?
No, I approach it from the mind of a citizen of the United States of America, where our founding documents protect the free expression of religion. Because in that I am an American citizen first, and in that capacity, I have no issues with any kind of religious expression that people have, provided that they don't then presume that their religion is a foundation for a science curriculum that would end up in a schoolroom. Because you don't have scientists knocking down the Sunday school door saying, that might not necessarily be true and you should be teaching Darwin. We don't do that. Atheists don't even do that. So for a deeply religious person to knock down a school door of a science classroom, that's when I say you're crossing a border there.
What's a technological advancement you wish didn't exist?
Wow.
I'm against the cell phone.
Yeah, no, that's good. No, Larry, no, you're not getting me to say that.
Yeah, I know, but I know you.
I think there are too many video games.
Agreed.
And they become a distraction from productivity in our lives. Yeah.
What's a planet that intrigues you the most?
Saturn. The beautiful rings, moons. It's just striking. It's the first cosmic object I saw through my first telescope, and you're imprinted for life after that.
Person you think has had the most profound effect on society in the last several decades?
Yeah. If I had to pick one, I'd say President Obama. Just the first black president, and people had to contend with that and deal with that and come to terms with it. And whether you was for him or against him, it had an impact on what went on in this nation.
What's your personal proudest accomplishment? Well, you don't have to answer. It's not a
Yeah,
court.
no, I don't, because pride is not something I walk around with actively thinking about.
Okay.
I hear it. I got one. You ready? I got one. That book you're holding now
Yep.
just showed up on the New York Times bestseller list at the same time as my Astrophysics for People in a Hurry. So there are now 2 science books in this list of 15 on the New York Times bestseller list, and I happen to be the author of both of them.
Congratulations.
I'm really feeling that. I look calm here, but I'm
should.
feeling it.
Watch new episodes of Larry King Now, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on demand on Aura TV and Hulu.